Hi there. Welcome to Tech Talk Weekly. I'm Bob from Creation Station. This week we're filming live from Martin County Library, from the Cummings Library, from their Idea Lab up here at Martin County, another library system here in South Florida. So welcome to any new people who are out there. We've got some people watching on the other side of the glass from their booth here. It's different than the studio I usually use at home. In the home library. How's that? And you may have noticed my guest. Also, by the way, we're going to talk for about 20 minutes here, but Autumn and I, you've seen this show before. You know we can keep going. We've had a fun day between me traveling from 3 different libraries outside of Broward County, and apparently some libraries in Broward County don't have any power. And so thank you, Autumn, for jumping in and helping to fill in for this. How are you doing?
Well, we have power.
That's an excellent thing. And you have AC, power, and internet.
Okay.
That's a very good thing.
AC.
Wow. That's another one to work on later on. I agree.
I've been trying.
I agree. That's something you definitely need to get working on that. Well,
I need to.
I don't know that you can work on it.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean.
Sure.
But they've got a nice little studio here. This matches up kind of close to what we do in our Creation Station Music at Collier City, where they've got a nice booth set up in here. They've got a couple of machines to do some different programming and stuff like that. So I want to give a shout out to Casey here, who's in charge of their Idea Labs. Thank you very much for that, for having us in. And we've got some stories today. How much did you get paid, Autumn, for all that stuff that the chatbots have used that you put up on the net?
Wait, huh? I don't work for chatbots.
Yeah, but they used your content.
Oh, you mean like all the cat memes and funny pictures I post? Okay.
Yes, all the things that you've posted, all the stuff that all of us have been doing and interacting with chatbots. And when you go online and you have to interact with one of those customer service bots, you're feeding it information, teaching it how to be better, in theory.
Yeah. So no, I didn't get paid anything.
Yeah, nobody that I know has.
No.
But one of those issues becomes that here, just in 2020 alone, 5,000 people, mostly in the Philippines, by the way, because everything can be offshored, will get offshored. And so they were teaching the chatbots how to do things. So when somebody would send in a request and the chatbot didn't understand what to say, they would take that result and give it to a real live person who would then come up with an answer and give it back to the chatbot so the chatbot could solve it for you. I want to take a guess about how much they got paid.
Well, I mean, if you read the title of the article.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
They didn't get nothing.
Yeah. Yep. But on the other hand, and this is why I wanted to show this article, rather than just the headline, like you said, when you start reading and getting down into it, what happens is using the chatbots for the person behind the scenes. So the people in the Philippines who were using and working with that chatbot, it made their number of things they could solve and finish went up by over 14%. The odds of an employee quitting went down by 9% because they felt they had better support. Now, you tell me, what do you think that means about their team leader / management if they think the AI chatbot was giving them better support than their supervisor?
Well, the chatbot doesn't get paid. The chatbot doesn't, Philippines labor laws are dramatically different than they are here in the United States. So, I mean, this is just a long line in the tech industry's history of exploiting workforces in emerging countries. I mean, so no one should be surprised by this. These people are already getting paid like dollars a day, So, So if they have to get rid of them, And then, oh,
Yep.
well, saving the bottom line, isn't it? Sorry, I adjusted my chair, so it was like a shrunk.
Yep. There we go.
Anyway.
Oh, no worries. No worries. The chat bot can fix that for you, right? Ha.
My chair? No.
Yeah. So I left up here at the bottom a book that I did read a little while ago, Automation and the Future of Work. It is a really nice summation of where everybody can think about what your own individual job might be automated, might not be able to be automated, and things like that. I talked about it on the show before. I had an uncle who worked for GM, and he long ago, when he saw what was coming, he changed his job from being on the production line, to maintenance of the robots on the production line. And everybody told him he was crazy, but he was the last one standing at the end of all of those people. So,
I mean, I was actually just going to mention this. The title of that book sounds like it was written as Henry Ford is rolling out the assembly line.
Yep.
What year was it?
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't. You don't have to answer that.
I'm not answering it, because this is bringing you back to what you were saying right there, leading us into our next story of how much are you actually getting paid. And did you know that GBT is actually using real people also? I know we keep talking AI is taking over and all this stuff. By the way, there's a whole lot of humans behind that AI making it work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How much
well, I mean, whatever it is, I mean, again, exploitation of workforces, regardless of what country they're in.
Yeah.
I know I see here, one of the gentlemen in the article is in Kansas City.
Mm-hmm.
Go Chiefs. Anyway, no benefits, and
Yep.
come on. I mean, I will say,
but to what you were saying,
mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
go.
Go.
I was going to say, to your point that you made earlier about, especially labor laws and all the stuff in other countries being so horrible. OpenAI, the people behind ChatGPT, we used to do it out in Kenya, etc., where they were paying sometimes $2 an hour, which is a great salary if you're in Kenya, but everybody else around the world is like, wait a minute, what the heck are you talking about? So yeah, the complaint that they're doing this ethically, but then they're increasing it up to $7 an hour or $15 an hour. And these are the people who are reading in those cat memes, like you talked about earlier. You're posting in a cat meme, and they find it on the internet, and they have to have a human explain it. This is what this picture is implying and meaning and used for.
Yeah. I mean,
how much is it worth?
Yeah. What you look at is, what are the profits for OpenAI? I don't know. I
right now,
really
there's
don't
none.
know. Exactly. So it's hard to bring that together with other tech companies who are making devices, physical things, like Apple, like Microsoft, or not Microsoft, but like any of the computer companies, any of the cell phone companies, where they're exploiting workforces and natural resources and making billions of dollars in profit. At this time, is it still a travesty that the companies that OpenAI is working with are paying such low salaries? Yes, but in comparison to others, are they really
which workers are being exploited more?
Right. It's like race to the bottom.
Yeah. And that's one of the things that in theory again, if we had proper regulations in place, we could stop those sorts of things from happening before it gets that crazy.
But we won't.
But we won't. I agree. Sad but true. But another thing that we're not going to agree on, apparently, you're doing all sorts of cool segues for me today.
You're welcome.
So this one kind of really, really made me angry. There's a lawsuit about Elon Musk. Here's a picture of him in the middle of a conference in 2016. He's with two famous people, Walt Mossberg, big famous Apple person, Kara Swisher, big famous tech journalist. And now his lawyers, Elon Musk's lawyers, are now arguing in court that this could be a deep fake. No, they're not arguing that it is. They're saying because AI and all these other technologies are out there and they can change your audio and they can change these things, that means you can't trust the evidence that the prosecutors are putting in from the video of himself talking.
So, if I'm
Talk me down off the ledge, maybe.
Oh no, I'm totally not. I'm gonna keep going. So, if I'm I don't know, it's not prosecution because this is a civil trial.
Yeah.
If I'm the other side against Elon Musk,
Yep.
I'm subpoenaing all them people that was there.
Yeah.
Every one of them. You and you and you and you and all of them. Hey, let's go.
Yeah. And that's the thing. This has been up on YouTube for over 7 years.
Oh, you mean like before this AI stuff was like doing all this?
Yeah, before any of it was up.
Okay.
Before anything was up. So that's the problem. And so some of the judges so far are extremely angry also.
Good.
Because you're doing this just to mess with the legal system, just to cause problems with the legal system. And no, just don't. Oh, man.
So what this says to me is somebody needs to dump a bunch of deep fakes out there of him saying all sorts of craziness.
I'm sure that somebody could do that. It would cost you virtually no money because you're just running it on some other thing and putting it out there. And we did a story about copyright and AI 2 weeks ago. Go listen to that episode again. So yeah.
Well, I mean, he's also a public figure, so
yeah,
you could even justify it under parody rights.
Man, it's like you've read all these articles ahead of time there.
I totally didn't though.
Because here's our other one.
I totally didn't.
Is
anybody who's watching before knows
I'm giving you where I found the article because I always want to show everybody how the research behind this goes. So here on SciPost, which is one of those freemium sites, you get 1 or 2 articles and then you got to pay for the rest. Library does not subscribe to this one, unfortunately. They have a new study that's just come out though. And you know what? I have that study because, we know how to do this. So here is the artificial intelligence. If you are communicating with someone and you think they are using AI, the study says you are less likely to believe them. But if they don't tell you they're using AI, you believe them more by using the exact same text and formatting that the AI chatbots are giving you. Can you tell who the human is and who the AI is?
What is it? The Turing test? Is that what that is?
Turing test is being able to prove. Yes, exactly.
So according to most people, AI would pass with flying colors.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Right now, it would 100% pass altogether. And by the way, just in case anyone out there is like, oh, but I could tell exactly when I'm using AI and when I'm not and how other people can.
Okay.
Here's an example of how your AI chatbots work in the real world. In your emails, for example, or in your text messages, when they give you those proposed responses, Those are based on the algorithms and on the AI learning and teaching and growing and figuring out, oh, this is an appropriate response here. And after you say perfect, should you really use the word really, or should you say thanks? Which one is more appropriate as a, yeah.
So it's basically like saying, "Oh, I can tell when I'm talking to an 8-year-old."
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you? Can you really though? If you're just on the computer.
Yeah. Because here's the kicker to the whole study was if you don't tell the people you're using AI, they like it better. They think you're being more personable. They think that your responses have more empathy and are more thought out. But if you tell them you're using AI, then they think you're not thinking it out.
So if you don't tell somebody you're using AI and they think, oh, it's more well thought out and it's more empathetic, then you don't know what people are.
Yeah.
Because, well, now to be fair, that seems to be a problem we have is less empathy and not thinking
Communicating.
through. So maybe the AI is more empathetic.
Yeah. We're teaching it to be real human.
So say thank you.
The good, bad. Yes, say thank you. See that?
So thank you.
Man, you weren't even on that show a couple of weeks ago when we talked about
No,
that.
because you always say please and thank you to your voice assistants and to the AIs.
That's exactly how it should be.
Because they'll remember the good people.
We hope.
They will.
Really hope.
They will. We train them to remember the good people.
Yeah.
By saying please and thank you.
What? Here's the last fun. Here, a quote unquote fun. I know this doesn't sound fun.
But it totally is.
Yeah, isn't it? So there's a lot of invasive species around the United States. We had to do something other than AI today because I was going to drive ourselves nuts with all AI.
Guess what they used to get this information? No.
I know. They probably did. They probably had to use an AI to gather up all the scientific data. But there are the most common, every state in the United States has some kind of invasive species. Now, what do you think the most invasive species is in your area?
So, I already looked because we already talked about this a couple days ago.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 here. 3. No, there's 3 for the state. Because there's a tie. And it's all a bunch of dumb birds.
Right. There are 3 birds, right? Because if you say Florida, and to a lot of Floridians, they may be thinking, oh, hey, it is the iguanas or the boa constrictors or something like that. Because those are the big name things that we're all hearing about.
No, not for the whole state, which the other
correct.
The other site, the other article lets you narrow down to where you actually are. But first of all, the takeaway from this map here, first of all, the insects kill me though. Fire ants and fire ant decapitating fly. How have they not canceled each other? Why isn't the fly more? He's not doing his job, man. Come on. Pick up the weight here.
I want to know. So when you're looking at this chart out there, and all the links are always in the show notes for you, so you can go find your own place anywhere in the United States that you're curious about. The reason it says 100% is 100% of all the counties in that state have reported this particular thing. So European starlings, rock pigeons, house sparrows in Florida, you're used to seeing them all over the place. And you're seeing them all over the place because they're invasive and they shouldn't be here. I want to know what county doesn't have feral pigs. 99% of the counties in Florida have them. So that means there's one county somewhere that doesn't.
I don't know. Probably a county. Well, no, because
Monroe's got them.
I looked all through the map, right?
Yeah.
And most states, with the exception of Alaska, Washington, some of your northern and northern Midwestern states, as well as a couple of the New England and Atlantic coast states, all had feral pigs.
Yeah, it's a huge
Hawaii.
issue. It is a
Hawaii
huge
has
issue.
feral pigs. Like what? They
Yeah.
swim. Oh, they do swim though.
So
They
here
didn't swim
is
to
the
Hawaii.
listing of all of those types of things on here, scientific names, everything. You can break that, as you've pointed out earlier, you can break it down by state, by county. So you can go in and grab just Broward County.
So I'm
and
in
now
Broward.
you can download an Excel sheet of all of the records.
So that
And
whole first page
Yep.
for Broward County, with the exception of Burmese pythons and Egyptian geese, the rest of those dudes are in my backyard.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, 100%. You probably have a pepper tree in the backyard too.
Between the green iguana and the black spiny-tailed iguana. I just thought one was old and faded. Because I have a black spiny-tailed iguana in my backyard that we call Godzilla because he is huge. It's huge. And I'm like, what's he doing? And my husband's like, get away from him. He's going to whack you with his tail. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, no. It's a mess. It is.
Like, you'll break your ankle. I'm like, ah.
Go explore that map. It is an incredible little thing there to find all those.
Also, the rock pigeon sounds way more exotic than it's just a pigeon.
It is
it's just a pigeon. I know there's different.
But when the hate mail comes in from the pigeon lovers, Autumn Deck at Main Library.
It's just a pigeon. It's just a pigeon. Yeah, it is. I don't care. I said what I said.
Thank you so much for filling in on such short notice for us today, Autumn. And I hope they get the power back up out there in the western part.
Yeah, they will eventually.
Yeah. In time for that. If there's a librarian or library you want to see featured on the show, always reach out to us at creationstation@broward.org. We'll see everybody next week. Have a great time. Stay safe.